The first time my peace was shattered, I was 32 and living alone in my small countryside home. The night had been normal until I was in bed, watching videos on my phone. I paused the video, hearing faint, hushed voices outside. At least two people trying to be quiet. Living far from neighbors with no sidewalks. Anyone this close was trespassing. I crept to the window, but the moment I reached it, the voices stopped. A chill shot through me. They could see me. The darkness outside was absolute, but I felt their eyes. I backed away, hoping it was a mistake, but why would they approach the house? For 30 agonizing minutes, I moved from window to window, seeing nothing but feeling a growing dread. I finally risked opening the front door, stepping onto the porch. The night was silent except for wind and crickets, but an overwhelming paranoia seized me. I felt multiple eyes watching from the dark. I hurried inside and locked the door, the feeling fading once I was safe. I managed to fall asleep, only to be jolted awake hours later by a crashing sound. A rock had been thrown through the hallway window. Then came the voices again, yelling commands, followed by heavy slams against the front door that shook the house. More windows shattered. I locked myself in my bedroom and called 911. As the operator said help was 5 minutes away, I heard the front door crash open and multiple people running through the downstairs, some even laughing. Knowing they'd break the bedroom door down, I climbed out the window onto the steep, dangerous roof. A minute later, they bashed the door in. I heard them searching, frustrated they couldn't find me. They stayed until police sirens approached, then fled into the night. The house was trashed, but nothing was stolen. They were looking for me. The following Halloween, a canceled party left me home alone. Bored, I was watching a horror movie on the couch when I kept seeing movement in the gap of the curtains. Eventually, I looked out and saw a man in a dark costume stumbling in the street, seemingly drunk. I dismissed him until a knock came at the door 10 minutes later. Through the peephole, I saw the same man, but now he stood perfectly still, his eyes wide and fixed on the doorknob. The drunk act was gone, replaced by something predatory. He left before I called the police. Hours later, a tapping sound drew me to a back window. I saw the shadow of a man standing there, tapping something against the glass. I ran and called 911. When I looked back, he saw me, stopped, and walked away into the darkness. The police never found him, though a similar report came weeks later. I still wonder what would have happened if I'd opened the door. The final incident started with a phone call after a late shift. A random number called 3 times in a row. When I answered, there was only silence and the sound of wind. I hung up, creeped out, and forgot about it while gaming with friends. Hours later, after we'd hung up, I got a text from the same number. It was a picture of me, taken from behind just moments ago. My blood ran cold. I spun around, but no one was there. The photo must have been taken through the window. I rushed to lock it and closed the blinds. As I sent the image to my friends, my heart pounded. I had to check the house, but when I peered down the hall, I saw the front door was wide open. A primal fear told me someone was just around the corner. I sprinted back to my room and locked the door. Immediately, slow footsteps approached. The doorknob turned. He knocked but never spoke. I was calling the police when, after 30 terrifying seconds, he backed away and left. The number was a burner. I never saw his face or learned his motive. The fear remains, a constant whisper wondering what would have happened if I'd been slower, or if he decides to come back for whatever he was looking for.